Okay, we're being recorded. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I don't know if we say tuning in on Zoom, but whatever. Thanks for being here. I'm looking at your faces, and I want you to know how super proud I am of you for making the effort to be here. It doesn't go unnoticed. I promise you that. And for that reason, I want you guys to start thinking of yourselves as my leaders, because that's what you are. You are the ones making the effort. You are showing up. You are going to town. You are doing the work. And whether or not you have a downline yet is beside the point. That is not what makes a leader. Or that's not the only thing that makes a leader. It is, a lot of times we get into this business, and if I could only get a downline, I would feel like a leader. Okay, so then you find yourself at executive and you're like, okay, well, I'm not really a leader yet. And so you feel like you have to go find more people. And then at Emerald and Diamond and Double, if that's the way you're thinking, you never really feel like a leader. And so if you're not feeling like a leader, you're not behaving like a leader. You're not speaking as a leader speaks. You're not functioning as a leader. And I want you guys to start thinking of yourself as leaders. If you were to look it up, there's a couple of different definitions for leader. And one of them, yes, is that it is one who commands a group or an army or a section of population. Okay, yeah, that's one definition. But the definition I really, really love is that in music, the leaders are the principal players. Okay, they're not necessarily directing, they're not guiding a big group of people, but they're the important players. You guys have made the effort to be here. You are making the effort to work your business every day. You are a principal player in this business, okay? I want you to conduct yourself like that, because when you act like a leader, you are going to draw people to you because you begin to have a magnetic personality. You're confident. You are speaking like a successful person speaks. You are you're doing your day-to-day things like a successful person does. Okay. I don't want to harp on that forever, but I really want you guys to drill that into your brain now, because if you don't start, whatever your next rank promotion is, if you don't start believing that you are your goal, then you're always going to feel unprepared. You know what? Yeah, I don't know everything that has to be done for an Ambassador Diamond team because I've never been there, and that's okay. But this business is so simple. It's blitz, wrap, repeat, and love on people. And if I can do those things, I can be an Ambassador Diamond. If you can do those things, you can be an executive, and you can be a Ruby and an Emerald and a Diamond if you will use the tools and do the simple steps of this business. The rest will come into play later, and you can learn it as you go. But think of yourself now as a leader, okay? Can I get a head nod, an amen, a something from everybody? Okay.
Can I bug you one time? Password to the computer. Watkins 40. Watkins 40.
Okay, so there's some things, and I've already mentioned, there's some things that a leader does, and one of those things that a leader does, besides acting like a leader, is using the tools that are laid out for you and not reinventing the wheel, okay? For a long time after I went Diamond, and even after I went Double, I felt like I needed to be innovating, and I needed to be recreating and being more creative and focusing on stuff. Okay? No, we don't need to reinvent the wheel, and we don't need to create new things. You need to focus on the basics. This business is all about the basics, and our corporate team has put together tools that are prepared and ready for you to use, and you guys need to learn to master the tools, because like I've already said, the business is really, really simple and the tools are there. When I started 3.5 years ago, we didn't have a party pad and we didn't have the eSuite training like it is now. And you guys use your tools, okay? If you're not aware, our tools are party pad. This is so key. If you're not using your party pad, you are like, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Put one in your bag and keep it with you at all times. I lay it out on the table at a restaurant, or, if somebody asks me what works, I can run them through a very simple party pad, boom, boom, boom. It's a visual tool they can put their hands on, and it's like they can touch and feel. It feels more real. Not $99 to start. This is what you do. You get your customers, you get 120 free. All of that is just kind of floating here. But if I can show them that party pad, join the party, 4 customers in 30 days, go Ruby, and those are the 3 steps we do over and over and over again, it becomes more tangible for them. It becomes a little bit more believable. Does that make sense? Okay. Party pad is one of my favorites. Blitz cards are key. Blitz cards are absolutely key. You should have those at all times. All times. Don't think of them just as coupons or as business cards. When I have a stack of Blitz cards out, I look at those as pieces of hope, because that's the way I see this business and that's the way I see these products. If you guys aren't to that point yet where that's what you think about when you think about this business, then we need to do some digging and, some chatting or whatever to get down to what it is that we have, okay? You need to fully understand what this business offers and what these products offer, because if you don't, then yeah, you're just throwing coupons at people. But when I hand them that coupon, I know I'm handing out a little 10-cent piece of hope, and that's huge. And so because that's what I believe, when I share those, it comes across. It's not just, oh, here's a coupon. It comes across. I believe in them and I believe in this opportunity. Your eSuite training is key. If you have not done that, do it. If you've been around for a while, go do it again. All right. There's always something to learn. You guys have got to be a student of the business. You guys have got to be a student of the business. This is not just, I'm sorry. Got an echo again. Okay. Always be willing to learn, because if you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. But if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. Okay? Be duplicatable. That is the best thing I can teach you, is to learn to use your tools and then teach your team members that are about to be joining you how to use their tools. Okay? Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. What we do is not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. If you're Kendi, it wouldn't be rocket surgery. So, and it's not brain science. It's it's blitz, wrap, repeat, and love on people, and teach people to do the same. So simple. Okay, so I have one more little quote that I'm going to share with you, and then Robin is going to share something that we talked about earlier today, and I really want to finish with what she has, because I think it's always better to finish with what God says. So I came across this quote. I was reading this book, Be Determined. It's a study in Nehemiah, and I absolutely loved it. There's a quote in here by the founder of the Salvation Army. His name is General William Booth. And the quote hit me very strongly. And it says, "I want you young men always to bear in mind that it is the nature of a fire to go out. You must keep it stirred and fed and the ashes removed." Your passion for this business is just like a fire. If you don't do the work to keep it stirred, it will go out. Your team is a fire. If you don't do the work to keep it stirred and passionate, it will go out. Okay? I think that quote could be used in all areas of our life. I mean, fitness and our marriage and our health overall, friendships. You've got to be willing to put in the work and do the tough stuff, or it's just going to fizzle away. And I think you guys know that I'm here to help with the tough stuff, and your leaders are here to help with the tough stuff. And we're here for more than just business. Excuse me, we're friends and we're family. And if you don't know me well enough to know that yet, then we need to get to know each other. But keep your fire stirred or it's going to go out. Okay? I'm going to throw it to Robin, and then she'll close us out.
Okay, sorry, I had to unmute myself. So today, earlier, we were just kind of talking about how, I guess, important it is that we take y'all with us, that we're not the only ones who are being successful. This is not something where, you know, a lot of other businesses, you can be successful without your team. And it's not like that with It Works. You know, I can't be successful without my team. We can't be successful without each other. And I guess where you kind of come to a pass is that not everybody is going to do this. And not everybody that you sign up is going to actually go that extra mile and do the steps that you do. Not everyone that you sign up and that you talk to and that actually joins your team is going to message people and sign their first 4 loyal customers and work their steps to success and make their 100s list. They're not going to do it. And that's hard. You know, when you've got a couple of people under you, whether it's 2, whether you're boxed in for executive or you're boxed in for a double diamond or triple diamond or presidential or ambassador, whatever, it hurts when you're going and you're running and you want to do this, and the people that have joined you on this adventure are like, whatever, you know. And we were talking about this earlier today, and the scripture in Joshua kind of came to mind, and I want to read it to you. It's after the Israelites have left the promised land, and Moses has died, and Joshua is about to lead them into the promised land. And this is what it says. It says, "Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, 'Go through the camp and tell them, get provisions ready for yourselves, for within 3 days you will cross the Jordan to go in and take possession of the land that the Lord God is giving you to inherit.'" And so Joshua said to the different people, remember what Moses, the Lord's servant, commanded you when he said, "The Lord your God will give you rest and he will give you this land." And then it goes on to say that basically not everybody chose to go. And this is the verse that I really want to share with y'all. It says, "But your fighting men must cross over in battle formation ahead of your brothers and help them." Okay? That's y'all. That's us. Those fighting men that must cross over in battle formation ahead of their brothers so that they can help them. That's us, guys. They're not all going to come, and that's okay, just because that's the nature of the beast. Statistics are going to say that they're not all going to join us. They're not all going to run as hard as we do. They're not all going to do it. And while we have to be sensitive to the fact that we want to give all of them the opportunity, we also have to remember that we're the ones going at the head of the battle. We're the ones leading the way. So just because the people that we want to come with us aren't coming doesn't mean that we stop or that we slow down. We still have to go. We still have to run. We still have to keep being diligent with this. And I know, gosh, it's the 8th of the month, and I'm going to just be straight up honest with you. I'm tired. We're 8 days in, and I'm exhausted. I was up until 1 o'clock this morning working on charts, and I'm tired because my alarm started going off at 5:45. So I'm working on like 4 hours of sleep. But I promise you, and I say this, anyone who's on my team has heard me say this a million times. I promise you it will be worth it. If you will just dig deep, and I mean just find it. I don't know where it's at, but you're just going to have to dig deep. And as Bethany would say, pull up your big girl thong or put on your big girl thong or whatever it is she says. Dig deep and find it, and let's do it. It's going to hurt. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be easy. I hope this has been encouraging for y'all tonight. Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah, lots of head nods. What else you got, Beth?
Nothing. Y'all can do this, but you have to do it. You don't have time to go namby-pamby. You don't have time to put half of your heart into this.
It's not easy, but it's simple.
Yes.
It really is. It's not easy. It's going to be hard, but it's simple.
But it's simple. It's the same things over and over and over and over. And you can you absolutely can do this. Stir the fire, get white hot for whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish by the end of November. Get with somebody cross line from you, not somebody directly above or below. I want you guys to get connected with somebody across and get motivational with them. Get what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so brain dead. Accountability. That's the word I'm looking for. Get accountable with them. Y'all challenge each other. Healthy competition never hurt anybody. I'm competitive. If one of the other triples is going to come to me and say, I can beat you to do this, I'm going to be like, no, you can't. And then I'm off. Okay. Make some connections sideways, pair up with somebody. Y'all get excited about this. Blast your goals, blast your excitement on the wall, and then blast everybody you talk to with how awesome these products are, and just go for it. Because if we will absolutely just go for it, then nothing's going to stop you. You can do this. Stir your fire and go to town and go be amazing. Does anybody have any questions before we hop off? And then we're done. So easy. 22 minutes. We were awesome.
Everybody knows how to do everything, and nobody has any questions about anything, right?
Everybody's ready to go Black Diamond. All All right. You guys know.
Y'all need to be thinking about some of the things that you have questions about before we do our next one, so that, we're not just regurgitating the same stuff to you every time, because we really do want to be helpful and beneficial, and we want this to be something that is helping you and not just wasting 20 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
So if you have questions, you need to shoot them.
Yes, please let us know. Rhonda, I got your question. Yes, go ahead.
I am having trouble keeping up with all of the trying to decide if, when to look at my phone, how often to look at my phone. I'm doing the buffer posts, but how often are you checking your phone for questions or likes or something like that? Because I'm really struggling with not having my phone out all the time.
I'm checking mine about once every hour. I just, there were times when I sat on my phone literally all day, but I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
Well, I got a job. I can't stay on my phone. So it was like, I'm trying to stay up, but today my phone literally would not stop dinging. I had to mute it. And I've got 7 PLCs today. I know, right? But seriously, I need DTs, not loyals.
Okay. Rule number 1 is that there are no wrap emergencies.
No.
I mean, it's going to be okay. Okay. If it eases your brain to check your phone once every 2 hours while you're at work, just put it on block. Do not disturb, whatever you have to, so that you don't get any notifications during those 2 hours. And then you can go in, spend 10 minutes, check, follow up, mute it, and go back to work. And don't stress out about not being able to be right there with it constantly. Because yes, we want to be on top of things, but there are no wrap emergencies.
Nope.
I mean, seriously, don't stress out about it. Anybody else? Okay. We, I guess, are done for the night. I will post the recording on the runway, so you guys will have it. And then, Rhonda, I'm going to message you for clarification on what you want posted. And then, if nobody has anything else, we will pop off for the night. I think we did pretty good, because I have a tendency to be extremely long-winded. Okay. I love you guys to the moon and back. Go be amazing. Mwah.